Well, it's a new week of a new month, and there's no better way to get everything started than with Monday Football, your one-stop shop for everything to do with football. My name is Wahiga Mwaura, and a simple cold will not stop me from being part of this show today. We've got an amazing show lined up, lots and lots of guests. Let's start with, lots and lots of new faces as well. I'll probably start with my guest closest to me here, introducing Mr. Sami Sholei, and he's got many titles. So let me see if I can run through all of them. He's a businessman, IT practitioner. In addition, he's also a music and a TV producer with a studio, former Harambee Stars, and of course, he is the suspended FKF Vice President, not former FKF Vice President, suspended FKF Vice President. He'll be telling us a bit about what he has been up to and what we can expect as we get closer and closer to football elections at the end of the year. Now, towards the video game corner, we've got a brand new team there. You've never seen any of these young men there before, but you have seen Amanda. Amanda, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good, I'm doing well as well. I see you've got Moses and Patrick.
We had Calvin before for the last few weeks.
Yes.
And I think he got tired of kicking our behinds and decided to bring his proteges here. So Moses, Patrick have already begun the game, and so far the game is 2-0. He's winning. Patrick is in the lead.
So he's a new kid on the block, Patrick.
Seems so. Remember
that name. Thank you so much, Amanda. We'll be coming back for more and more updates even as the show continues. But I'm not alone in studio. We'll tell you where Mike is shortly. But Ndong, what's going on your corner?
Indeed, thank you very much, Wahiga Mwaura. Another day, another show, and I'm right here with DJ CrossFit. Of course, every time that DJ CrossFit plays a certain tune, a certain soundtrack, you know, it's time to make some money. That is money, money, money. Of course, that's on Quickfire coming up much, much later on the show. And also this afternoon, we have a football team, Wahiga Mwaura. It's the second time on Monday Football that we have an actual football team. And this time around, we have Gogo FC. Of course, it's a football club that is going to tell us more about what they do as far as generating income. It's more than just a football club. Let's take a look at this clip to find out what this club is all about. And it's not football alone.
You're pumping at all magically.
As you can see there, this is branded items written there, Gogo Boys. That just tells you that this club, of course, has alternative means of generating income. Wahiga Mwaura. But what is the question of the day this afternoon, Wahiga?
Right, today we are asking you, with Gor Mahia having done what they did at Sekafa, unfortunately they did not get the title, but they did very well for Kenya. We're asking, do you think that apart from the KPL, Gor Mahia should be looking out for other titles? Do you think Gor is ready now to be that team that we've been waiting for in Kenya that can bring us many, many titles out there? We saw what they did in Sekafa. What else do you think Gor Mahia can do? Let us know. 22422 is our SMS line. We're also on Twitter. Use the hashtag MondayFootball. Talk to us. And of course, if you have questions for all our guests in studio, use that hashtag as well. And we'll try and go through as many of them as we can as the show continues. But now, coming up on Monday Football, here are some of the highlights. Sonia yet so far. Valiant Gor Mahia finished second at the Sekafa Kagame Cup. Well, no more hat-tricks. Tusker lose to Mathare with hat-trick specialist Jesse Were unable to find even one goal. I don't do runners-up. Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho throws away his runners-up medal after losing Community Shield. And finally, major transfer moves going on. We break them down for you in just a bit.
And indeed, the story that is making headlines in the world of football is Gor Mahia's unfortunate loss in the final of the Sekafa Kagame Cup. Now, their run was halted at the finals when Tanzanian outfit Azam blanked them 2-0 at the National Stadium in Dar es Salaam. Azam scored a goal in each half to end Gor Mahia's 25-match unbeaten run. Mike Ukinyi in Dar es Salaam recaps the final of the Sekafa Kagame Cup.
Getting to the final of the Sekafa 2015 edition was an achievement for Gor Mahia, and their fans descended in Dar es Salaam in their thousands. Not just football fans, but also politicians and aspirants in the forthcoming Football Kenya Federation elections. Majority of the thousands of fans were confident of taking the cup back to Nairobi.
Kwa sababu ya solidarity. Tuwe kitu kimoja, tukiwa nyumbani ni hivyo, lakini tukitoka nje tuko pamoja.
Maoni moja, kuchukua kikombe, hatuna ugomvi, hatuna vita, haja yetu ni kikombe.
Vile Mheshimiwa Ruto alisema ya kwamba kikombe inarudi Kenya, tunataka kudhibitisha ya kwamba lazima irudi Kenya.
As has been the norm in the tournament, Gor Mahia started on the back foot. They held on for only 17 minutes before gifting Azam the opener. Captain John Boko with the first goal. Gor Mahia shifted gears to pace up the match, but there was no way through the rock-solid Azam defense. In the second half, Kipre Cheche was the man on target in the 66th minute with a beautifully taken free kick. This second goal for Azam completely killed off Gor Mahia, who offered little going forward after that. Final score, Azam FC 2, Gor Mahia 0.
You build a house from the foundations, you build a team from the back. So all the work we've done, everything we've done has been defensive.
His team are defended well, but we did have some chances. We did cause them one or two times where we could have got a goal back. And so in this game, you know, it was possible.
Gor Mahia fans were graceful in defeat while Azam celebrated late into the night. Since the beginning of the tournament on the 17th of July, Azam FC has not conceded even one goal. They take the championship of Sekafa 2015, this being their very first time to win this tournament since the club was started 9 years ago.
Well, we had a second story from Sekafa. I want to confirm if it's in, because that's what we want to take a look at. Good, it's there. The Sekafa finals attracted a lot of fans from Kenya, with top football officials also making their way to Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. FKF Vice President Robert Asembo, NEC member Tomalila, as well as KPL CEO Jack Oguda were all in Dar es Salaam. What caught the attention of the fans, however, was the presence of CORD coalition leader Raila Odinga, Kenya High Commissioner to Tanzania Chirao Ali Makwere, Siaya Senator James Orengo, Mombasa Governor Ali Joho, and MPs Junet Mohammed and Moses Kuria. Makwere was the most vocal and even joined in the singing of the Gor Mahia anthem.
Amazing scenes there from the Dar es Salaam National Stadium. Now, the Harambee Starlets campaign for a slot in the 2016 Rio Olympics ended with a 1-0 defeat to South Africa at the Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos yesterday afternoon. Of course, that was the return leg. Banyana's Roda Mulaudzi put the victory out of Kenya's reach, scoring the sole goal in the 26th minute. Thus, Kenya lost 2-0 on aggregate, having suffered another 1-0 defeat 2 weeks ago in Johannesburg in South Africa.
It was a fighting game. We couldn't get out of the fight. But within that, I think we only gave one chance away, and that is away from home, very, very good.
You could see in the second half the impact that we created, and of course we dominated in the second half. But first half we started slowly. So this is just a process. The only thing you have to continue to motivate the national women teams.
Now let's focus on the Kenyan Premier League, where Mathare United's Noah Abich downed Tusker FC to end their high-scoring run as the Slum Boys beat the Brewers 1-0. Here are the highlights.
Noah straight, what a goal! Beautiful goal there by Noah Abich, classic. The Mathare bench out because Noah Abich has done what he's been doing all season from set piece with classic precision. Mathare United take the lead with 3 minutes to the break.
Flat-footed, doesn't know exactly what happened. That carving onto the ball, the precision, the power behind it. Clearly an indication.
It's interesting that the past few weekends it used to be Jesse Were who was making the headlines, scoring hat-tricks. Last weekend the player who was making headlines was Mungai Kiongera, as he scored a hat-trick for KCB but almost squandered the opportunity against Thika United as their opponents rallied back to within a goal. The match ended 3-2 in favor of the Bankers.
Fortunate. Did handle it. Kiongera with a penalty, and it's 1-0 to KCB. Buki, can he deliver the cross? Plays it into the center. Oh, Kiongera, the touch! Oh, just hits the bar, and the second goal there coming in from Paul Mungai Kiongera.
Out on this one.
Kiongera, opportunity. Can he get goal number 3? Beautiful goal. Hat-trick for Paul Mungai Kiongera.
It was one goal to his credit to try and solidify that forward line.
Shot at goal, and the Thika United pull one back. But is this a free kick? Shot at goal. Oh, it's a goal. Beautiful goal. And Thika United are back in this game.
Thank God I've gotten the 3 points, but we still have to maintain our concentration till the last minute.
You know, we made early mistakes and it cost us the game, and you know that's the frustrating thing. You know, yeah, the comeback was okay, but we should never really be in that situation where we have to, you know, push.
Well, many thanks to all who are talking to us on our social media platforms. I'm still waiting for some SMSs on 22422, but Twitter is alive and active. Kabete Sam Kibet says, with Gor's performance at Sekafa, it's now safe to say they will be 2015 Kenyan Premier League champions. Someone here called Young Royal. No win. Very proud of Kogalo because they made it to the finals. And Instagram, thank God Juguna. What a name. Yes, Gor Mahia is the team. It's a clear indication of what a team can do given full support. We'll keep reading those tweets as and when we get them. But now, Western Stima, they stumbled to a 2-0 loss to Sony Sugar at the Kisumu Stadium, ending their 4-match unbeaten run. Samuel Onyango and Marwa Chamberi scored both goals for Sugar.
Game imekuwa poa, game imekuwa nzuri na tulikuwa tumejiandaa vizuri, ndio maana tukaweza kushinda juu tuko tushakuwa na plan yake. Tulikuwa tumeplania, ndio maana ikakuwa hivyo.
Game tulianza vizuri, nafikiri tulikuwa tumeprepare vizuri wiki mzima na tulikuwa sure hii game tulikuwa nakuja kutoa ushindi. Lakini vile game ilianza tu tukaona wale wapinzani wetu Sony Sugar walikuwa wazuri.
In another Kenyan Premier League match, Ulinzi Stars managed to rally back to clinch the victory against Nakuru All-Stars despite being 2 goals down at the break. The military side scored thrice to snatch the 3-2 victory.
43-53 against 47.
Akenga with an opportunity. President the crosser, and it's a goal! Brilliant! Brilliant goal set up by Akenga, and All-Stars take the lead in the 17th minute. You can see Okidi there. Floats it into the center, and it's a goal! Brilliant goal, the All-Stars, and it's John Dirango with his goal. Opportunity, player goes down, and Ulinzi have pulled one back. Defending, Ulinzi attacking, now opportunity in front of goal, shot! Beautiful equalizer, and it's Enosha Chieng, the man who's just come on as a second-half substitute. A free kick by James Saruni. Still a shot at goal, opportunity. And Ulinzi taking the lead.
It was good. It was a great performance.
I'm very much disappointed. Yeah, looking at the game was balanced. They had their chance. We had our chances. We could have buried this game at the first half.
Moroni Youth extended the unbeaten run to 7 matches with a clinical 2-0 victory over Chemelil Sugar. Francis Ochola scored the first goal after 10 minutes before George Mandela doubled the advantage in the second half. I'm just wondering, as far as the Kenyan Premier League is concerned, I don't know whether Sam Sholei, comparing it during his playing days and currently, was it as exciting, the kind of goals that we're seeing currently, was it even much better?
Right. Thank you, Ndong, for helping me with the interview, because we actually start with that question. Of course, Mr. Sammy Sholei joins us here. Some people do call him Sam Sholei by mistake. Want to clarify Sammy Sholei? You get called Sam Sholei a few times.
So many times, and in fact, sometimes when my colleague Sam Sholei on the other end has done something good. So I receive a lot of his congratulations.
And okay, now I'm not going to ask whether when he does something that people don't like, whether you get the flack as well.
I mean, it happens both ways.
Okay, okay. Don't ask the question. You played back in the days. You've been watching the league now. How would you compare the two?
I think in our days, it was very interesting to play for any club, and more so the bigger clubs. I was lucky to play for Kenya Breweries and the national team Harambee Stars as well. We played for fun. We played for fame. We just wanted to be seen in TVs and all that. We never cared about how much you're going to earn, because if you look at the allowances that we used to earn at Kenya Breweries, we used to get 250 shillings per win.
Per win?
Per win, yeah. So but today, it's commercial.
So if you won every match in a month, 1,000 bob, and you're happy?
And you're very happy, because you don't care about the money. You just, you concentrate on your game, and you want to appear in the newspapers and the TV and all that. If your name is printed on the newspaper, and more so when your picture appears in the newspaper, that's about it.
You're the star of the village.
I'm telling you.
Now, there are lots of questions I could ask you as an introduction, but I know there's one many people are asking at home. Are you running for the post of FKF presidency this time round?
Apparently, as we speak right now, I'm not very sure, because you remember I was given a 6 years ban, which I think was not fair.
How many of the 6 years have you done now? 4?
I think I've done about 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it was a calculation so that you don't appear in the coming election, which worked very well for the people that planned it. But I'm hoping that in the AGM that is coming up this month,
at the end of this month, yes,
at the end of this month, I'll be relieved of the suspension. But again,
if you are relieved, are you then confirming that you will run?
Yeah, I'll definitely run for the position. But I don't know if that is going to happen, because the competitors are already buying the delegates not to release me from the suspension, which is really.
I want to bring Dong shortly into this, but I want to pick up on something you said. The competitors, not the federation.
Not the federation.
So you don't have a problem with the federation right now.
A lot of people, in fact, we are in very good talking relationship with the President Nyamoya.
Really?
And he has actually realized that the same things that I used to tell him about the people surrounding him. He has actually realized that he did a very big mistake to listen to everything that he was being told by the people that were very close to him. We talk. We actually most probably having lunch with him this week in an open place, because
breaking news, folks, you heard it first on Citizen TV. Sammy Sholei and Sam Nyamoya, two Sam might be meeting this week.
We are going to discuss not necessarily the suspension, because this is football. We need our football to grow. We are not going to fight forever. So Nick Mwendwa, we talk a lot. God Semelango, we've been together in the same camp. I decided to take my other side. So yeah, we are going to discuss, and there's also a case that I had lodged at the tribunal.
How far is that case?
The case is done with, and I think most probably, from the looks of things, my lawyer and the other lawyer, my lawyer did so well. Very well.
Let me
go ahead.
And, it's interesting that Sholei just mentioned that he's in talking terms now with the current president, Sam Nyamoya.
Yeah.
Why didn't we have this earlier during the time there was that uncertainty as far as your position is concerned? That perhaps could have been settled out of going to the courts, you having to involve the court of arbitration for sports.
So much money.
Spend so much money as far as getting for litigation and all that stuff. Why didn't you actually try and sort it out amicably, as you just said just now?
What happened, I really did a lot. I tried so much to reach the president initially, before his foot soldiers ran away from him. But again, it was not easy, because as soon as the people around him realized that I was talking to him, it was hell. You get? So right now, I think he has realized himself. He's the person that called me. And we talked. We come from the same village, Kitale. And I wish this would have actually happened early enough, but it's happening at this particular moment. But it doesn't mean that that we are together. We are friends. We are friends. It doesn't mean that now I'm going to join Nyamweya to start
run with him,
to run with him. But if that's the case, so be it, because people will definitely sit down. But there are a lot of guys that are also vying for that position, and they're good people.
And Ndonga, I have a question here. A lot of the feedback we're getting in regards to you coming here is asking when will Nyamweya retire. And I think there has been a picture painted that all the ills of football in Kenya are because of one man. Now, are you trying to say that there are other factors, foot soldiers, people who are advising our president in football that you feel could have contributed to the kind of... They
did 90%. They actually did 90% because, number one, the vice chairmanship position was actually being eyed by someone, and they got it. Number two,
shots fired.
Yeah. Number two, when we were running the elections, you remember I was with Hussein Mohamed in the same team. Unfortunately, Hussein Mohamed didn't win, but I was the only person, and Hussein Terry, that won from Hussein Mohamed's team. These were the only two opposing teams. Now, Nyamweya came in with about 7 people from his camp. So it means that any suggestion that you float would basically be shot down.
Wow.
You get? That was the problem. I wasn't even being, nobody respected me from the whole troops that were in the federation then. But right now, all of them have actually run away from Nyamweya. Why?
I wish he was here. I wish he was here to hear what you were saying, but I hope he's watching.
He is. I'm very sure he is. I think it was kind of a free transfer, kind of free transfer from Nyamweya to Nick Mwendwa. And I've not seen guys crossing to God Semelango.
We have been seeing a lot of emails going around accusing you, accusing Nick, accusing... I mean, it's getting dirty even before. Yes. A whole back and forth. Yes. What's all that about?
I think there's one person that is known by all of us that writes on propaganda. That is basically what he does. And for him to earn, he has to write those emails. So first of all, you need to, if you see any emails,
sometimes blogs, even newspapers,
yeah. Back. So it is only fair that you call that person, just call that person to clarify, because it is politics and it is dirty. There are a lot of things that were said about me. I contributed 1 million shillings to Harambee Stars. When we went into the office, we didn't have money. None of those guys that have run from Nyamweya contributed a shilling. We contributed, I did a lot for the national team then. But just because people wanted to take my position, people wanted me to be behind the others, not even Nyamweya, they talked a lot about me, negatively about me. And I'm very happy, I have a very good wife that did not, blow up, otherwise it would have been issues.
Mr. Shole, let me just shift the discussion away from the intricacies as far as your position in administration is concerned. You said that you're still expressing your interest as far, if everything goes as it is, your case is at the Court of Arbitration for Sports. Of course, there is the 28th August annual general meeting, the rescheduled annual general meeting of FKF. If perchance there's a possibility that we're able to get back into administration, we are hosting a team, Gogo FC here.
Yes.
It's a perfect example, and in just a moment we'll be interacting with them. How are you able to ensure that clubs are able to actually generate their own income? Because if you look at it, this is a club that is doing a lot, and we'll be learning more about what they're doing exactly. Because if you look at that aspect of clubs living on a hand-to-mouth, the aspect of clubs just depending solely on sponsorship, what will you do?
I think Gogo to start with, and I hope you guys are going to employ me to be one of your officials.
Maybe don't need to be their sponsor.
You don't. You honestly.
They're cheering you now.
You don't. You really don't. Gogo.
Makofi tafadhali. Okay, let's now hear him out.
Gogo is a very good example. I don't think there's any team in this country that is doing what these guys are doing. If you can go out of your way to wash vehicles so that you can get some little shillings to be able to board that matatu and cross across the town to go and play football and have lunch, then it is a great thing. I think Gor Mahia FC Leopards, they need to learn from Gogo. because I've been floating an idea to FC Leopards. You can't keep on waiting for sponsors
and fundraising.
And then guys with zebra uniforms across the town wanasema sisi ndo mashemeji. What do you do for your club? Now, my idea, very simple. How many football fans do we have for Gor Mahia, for that matter, across the country?
Thousands, if not hundreds of thousands.
So
maybe millions.
Millions. So what I would do, I would basically target 5 million FC Leopards fans.
Okay.
And ask those 5 million FC Leopards fans to contribute 10 shillings towards FC Leopards.
How would you protect that money? You know, that's the problem.
That's where I'm coming from. I'm going to. We have people like Price Waterhouse.
Yes.
You get. Work with Price Waterhouse. Work with Safaricom. Safaricom will collect for you, or even the other providers, Airtel and all that. Let them collect the money for you. Take the money to Price Waterhouse. Let Price Waterhouse manage the money for you. Get a few people that understand football to go through the proposal that comes from the club. They go through the proposal. If they deem the proposal is approvable, then they push it to Price Waterhouse.
So you, as representing the federation, would not touch the money, or even club officials?
The club official do not see eyes with the money. So how many shillings would you be having?
5 million, 10 shillings each.
Yeah, forget about
million.
that. In your phone, when you are so broke, your M-Pesa, how much would you be floating there?
I don't know if I want to say that on air, but I can't miss 30 bob. You're right.
Yeah, you can't miss 30 bob.
Yes.
So you can basically, you are not a Gor Mahia fan or FC Leopards fan. You can basically contribute 10 shillings or even 20 shillings towards that. So forget about.
But even Mr. Sholei, yes, you're talking about generating funds, but exactly what is the outlet of those funds? Because you find the times that teams have been able to garner some funds, but what is the outlet of those funds? Is it to maybe perhaps also, in essence, put it in investment to ensure that it's even income generating? Because there's one thing I notice as far as Kenyan clubs is concerned, it's something that is somewhat unfortunate of a foreign concept here, is merchandising.
True.
It's very difficult to actually find a jersey.
They've tried to
They've
do
really
that
actually tried.
Jerseys, yes,
it's one of the few clubs that I've seen that have tried as much as possible to do merchandising. But if I'm a fan of a particular club, how can I be able to get such merchandise at the official outlets? Because it's difficult. If you look at even the Kenyan Premier League, it's very difficult to find those respective original, authentic merchandise.
You see, the money that comes into the federation, if so be it that the 50 million we can be able to collect, I am very sure that FC Leopards or Gor Mahia would not necessarily need 50 million Kenya shillings to run a goal at one go. So there's going to be some balances.
Yes.
Say let's give it 15 million a month, and then you have like 25 million balance. You can invest that in something else. The club needs a clubhouse. You can start a club for the fans where they usually meet. If those that love to drink to have their drink, they can basically go there and be members and actually register as members. Let's say 500 shillings. That's a money generating avenue as well.
Yes.
And then if you've invested my money in a good thing, I'll always contribute.
You keep giving money.
And maybe we might not even need to contribute to collect the money twice. Maybe just
once might be enough to kickstart that machine. Wow, those are strong words. We hold you to that if you find yourself in such a position. Parting shot, Gor Mahia fans across the country still very sad with what happened yesterday. What's your take?
I'm still celebrating Gor Mahia as we speak. I wouldn't want to go negative about them. I've read about some people writing on the social media that blah blah blah, something happened. So let's forget about that. They did well. None of us even thought that
that's true.
We would go up to the second. They did well. Gor Mahia did so well, and I congratulate them.
Mr. Sammy Sholei, thank you so much. We were trying to get you to play the Xbox a bit earlier, but you said not today.
Not today.
Not today.
No, I don't know how.
But we can call you back on the show another time to come and talk football matters.
Anytime.
We're waiting to see that meeting with you and Mr. Sam Nyamwea.
Thank
well,
you so much.
I don't know what to say. Did not expect the interview to go that way, but lots and lots of interesting talking points. Let us know what you think. 22422. I'll be checking the SMSs during the break. Twitter, hashtag Monday Football. Let us know your thoughts. And I can also share that with Mr. Sammy Sholei as well, your contributions. Well, we take a short break now. We'll be right back. The Gogo Boys there, and we're waiting to hear and talk to them as well. But I'm told that before that break, I need to hand over to Ndong.
It's absolutely Waiga Mora. And just to read some of your responses regarding our question. And this is at George Berry Blacks, interesting name there. You say that it's proud for Gor Mahia. They are beyond KPL being away 3 weeks, yet no team has reached them. Interesting sentiments there. This is another one here. Chemai's Korir Edwin, you say at Citizen TV Kenya, at Bernard Ndong. They made us proud. Manake KPL iko imara. And then this is MK Malijambo. You say that Aucho should learn to control his temper. Only then can Gor Mahia go far. Now, here, these are just some gentlemen, of course, who know how to control their composure, because you can tell for a fact that Patrick, who is playing with Borussia Dortmund, Amanda, and Moses here, who is playing with Real Madrid, I can say the scoreline is 2-1. It seems that Patrick is the one who has the upper hand.
Yeah, he does. And the first game, actually, they played with Arsenal and Chelsea respectively.
Yes.
And he won.
Who was Arsenal? Was it Patrick?
Arsenal, yes. And he won 3-1. Then they played a second game. This is actually a rematch of Real Madrid.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. So they played the first game as Arsenal and Chelsea, and he won 3-1.
Yes.
And this is actually like a rematch of the second game. They played with the same teams, and he won again.
Okay.
And this is a third game, and he is still winning. So I really do not know if he's getting much of competition here.
Patrick, let's just get his insights. Patrick, as you play, just tell us. So what's your strategy? Just continue playing. Continue playing. Continue playing. What's your strategy? You've beat Moses in the first game. You're playing with Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
Of course, maybe a rematch of yesterday, the Community Shield, Arsenal versus Chelsea. But what's your strategy? What's your strategy? What makes you gives you that extra edge?
I like to press the ball up the pitch. I think that it gives you some momentum and allows you to break fast.
Sorry?
It allows you to break fast when you press up high the pitch. It allows you to transition from defense to attack very quickly.
So it does not depend on the team that you're using?
It depends a bit, but not so much.
Not so much?
A bit, yeah.
Moses, you're trailing by a goal. It's 2-1. You're using Real Madrid. Of course, remember, Real Madrid have won the Spanish La Liga a few times, and Borussia Dortmund, remember, a while back, they were dominating the German Bundesliga. What's going wrong for you, and what do you feel you need to work on?
I think I need to work on my defense, because Patrick is getting so into my defense so much, so I need to work on my defense a lot. Yeah, his strikers have a lot of acceleration compared to my strikers. So when they are past my defenders, it's so hard to catch up on them. So I need to work up on that.
Definitely, Amanda. Defense wins you games. That's what they say. And of course, we'll be taking a short break for now. And definitely, after the break, we'll be taking a look at other stories making headlines. Of course, we'll be having another very insightful discussion with Gogo Boys. We touched on them earlier on, of course, and we'll be talking to them just to tell us more about what this club is all about. Coming up after this, stay tuned to Monday Football.
Maishani mwangu najua nitashinda.
Welcome back to Monday Football. After that short break, Bernard Ndong has an exciting interview lined up in just a bit, so you don't want to go anywhere. Talk to us, 22422, and of course use the hashtag Monday Football on Twitter. But for now, the match everyone was talking about yesterday, not the Gor Mahia one, but everyone else was talking about. FA Cup winners Arsenal won the Community Shield, beating the defending English Premier League champions Chelsea by 1-0 at Wembley. Here's how that match went. Make sure you take a look at what happened at the very end with Jose Mourinho and Arsene Wenger.
Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's got so much power, tries to use it. Oh, there it is, in abundance. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, an outstanding goal midway through the first half. And Arsene Wenger's Arsenal lead Jose Mourinho's Chelsea. It has happened before.
Very interesting scenario there. Arsene Wenger and Jose Mourinho. Of course, just giving you a sneak peek of what is going to be expected as far as the new English Premier League season is concerned, the intricacies, the drama. But there was no drama as far as the match between Barcelona and Fiorentina is concerned. But the Italian side managed to reign supreme as Federico Bernardeschi, I hope I pronounced that correctly, scored twice early in the first half to help Fiorentina stand the Catalans by 2-1 in the International Champions Cup. The Catalans' consolation goal was scored by Luis Suarez.
Well, goals from Blaise Matuidi and Zlatan Ibrahimovic gave PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, a deserved victory over an off-color Manchester United in Chicago, USA, in the International Champions Cup earlier this, or should I say last week.
From the International Champions Cup, let's come back here home to the Monday Football Studios. And as I earlier mentioned, we are honored this afternoon to have Gogo FC. This is a club that comes from Kibra. And definitely their story is very interesting. It's a club that was established more than about 15 years ago. And looking at the past 15 years, definitely a lot has changed. You can see the nice yellow jerseys that this team has. If you're wondering what these particular objects are, it's some water. And in just a moment, of course, the Secretary General, Mr. Bizazak, will be telling us more about the history of Gogo FC. Tell us, where did this club begin from?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. The team started in 2011, I mean 2001.
Yes.
But the team actually went down because most of the players who were playing, because of the commitment of life, they decided to go and work others outside the country. So the team actually went down. But 3 years ago, we said we need to do something about the team. So the old players, we came together, put our ideas together.
So you're actually a player for,
yes.
the club?
Yes.
Okay.
So we came together, we put an idea down and said we need to revive this team.
What made your club to go down? You've talked about it dipping. What exactly happened? Was it an exodus of players?
Actually, the way the team started is, it is a base where people come, sit, and so the team started that way. But later, because of life commitment, and you know, like football, now football is paying, but in the past few years, the future was bleak and dark for players. So everyone was trying to tafuta kazi and whatever. So most of them went to work and left football totally.
Okay.
But we wanted to bring a change because we saw the youth in Kibra, some of the youth indulging.
You can see
crime.
there are images of some of the players there. Just tell us what exactly is happening there. It looks like a vegetable garden.
Yeah, actually, when we came up with the idea, we said we need to do not only football, other things. So the garden, we call it agro-football.
Yes.
Agro-football is agriculture fused with football. So it's an idea that we created so that we can create some income for the team and also give the players something to do after training. Because most of the time, it's when we train and after training, they go home. They are exposed to vices like drugs, maybe crime, because you know we live in a slum area. Okay. So most of the players are vulnerable to drugs and crime. So we said we need to give them something to do after training. So they're either at the farm doing some gardening and checking the crops, or they're at the poultry. We have a small poultry place where we keep chicken, so they're also there. So at least after that we sell the products that we get from the small farm, and we get money to sustain the team and also give some of the players.
Talking about the team, of course, I'm interested in finding out in which tier does Gogo FC participating, and how have they been performing in this since you guys took charge?
Actually, when we revived the team, we registered the team. We trained for about 2-3 months, and then we said we want to gauge ourselves in one tournament. So we played the 12th edition of Ramadan Cup, and that is our first tournament that we played as a team, and we won it. There's the cup.
You won the cup?
Yeah, we won.
So this cup is which one?
This cup is Ramadan Cup. That's another tournament that we played in the area. So the small cups is the other tournaments that we play in the area that we win.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so once again with the camera now focused on that.
Okay, just start again. You were saying that the big cup there with the red ribbons.
The big cup is a Ramadan Cup, 12th edition, which we won. We were champions. And then the second one, we became number 2 at a tournament played at Shake Grounds.
Yes.
It's called the Mbuzi Cup. The other one, we played at a tournament also in the same place, sponsored by a local politician. And the other one was also a tournament that we played at Shake Grounds and won.
Looking at your players, I'm sure most of them are drawn from that particular area.
All of them actually.
All of them are born and bred.
They're born and bred in Kibera slums. Yeah.
Okay. How do you approach them? As in, like, was it? Do you have like a day for recruitment? How did you pass the message around?
Well, the first thing we do is we know, like for us, we know so many players, so we give them an opportunity. We have a coach and a team that they go to the field. We do some selection. And we picked about 25 players. So we have about 25 players, and we also have after every 4 months we do recruitments, because this is not about football alone. It's not about football alone. There's more to change, because like our slogan says, playing for change.
Yes.
We play to change the society. We don't want, like the area we live in, we find a lot of youth between 18 and 25 are being killed because of the indulge in crime.
Yes.
They do drugs. For us, we said, this is not the right way. Let's change one player at a time.
Okay.
So our aim is to change one person at a time. So we said, but now we have 25.
I think that should even be the new motto.
Yeah, that's actually, our logo is playing for change.
Yes.
Playing for
that's
change.
The logo for Gogo Boys.
I'm curious to find out. So how big a squad do you have now? 25, 30?
About 25 players.
25. What are the running costs of having a club like this vis-a-vis what you're able to make from farming? And so let's say every month you need 100,000, and from what you do, you get this much. Paint for us that picture.
Actually, what we said is, because we don't have the resources to like pay players like the way it's done in the upper leagues. But we say we can give even our players, even if it's 100 bob or 200 bob, just to buy soap. Tunasema yani ya kununua sabuni after games. But I believe the bigger aim that we are looking at, that is change. Actually, it's slowly coming. And the other thing is, for a month maybe our running cost can be even up to 100,000.
Yes.
But most of the time we are never there. We never get the 100,000. So we say whatever we have, we share together. But as a family, because these are family outside the family,
yes,
all these players have. We come together, we give ourselves hope, and we just push forward. Because we know one day we have a player here that will play either in the top leagues. And
have you had any success stories so far? You've been together for 15 years. How many years are those? Who are some of your players who've left and maybe gone on to bigger, better things?
Okay, actually, the older lot, we have a player that played for Harambee Stars, Ahmed Yusuf. Yeah, so he played for Harambee Stars. He comes back and gives us advice and support. So, but also in the current league, in the current team that we play, we have one player playing at FC Leopard, Lamine Diallo. Lamine Diallo actually played for this team before played for FC Leopard. So actually, but we're also looking at other teams that actually are interested in some of our players, because we advocate for discipline, change, and nurturing talent.
Maybe you can bring in the players here, the gentleman here holding the microphone. Of course, just tell us, joining Gogo FC, what was your short-term goals as far as playing for this club?
My short-term goals on Gogo.
Just hold the microphone towards you.
Okay, my short-term goals on Gogo was to become as a role model to my fellow friends in the society, and make them to join football, because some of them wameacha ball, wameingia kwa drugs, vitu kama hizo. Sasa mimi niliingia ni kwa kama influence kwa good influence kwa, wanione nikwe kama role model kwao na wanijoin because I know we are going places as Gogo.
Hii club yenu ni unique sana. In addition to playing football, mko na farming, you have this. Mkiwa mtaa and you tell people you play for this club, wao kuambia, wao sema ni kitu poa, hiyo club iko different nini? Wase usemaje?
Wase usema walai mko juu sana. Gogo ni timu kubwa. Hata sisi tunatamani. There are some people who want to play for Gogo, who want the chance to become a Gogo player. They usually admire us because tunajitegemea and we are hoping for the best.
Hoping the best. Maybe you can bring in another player just to understand. Wahiga, they do farming, they do also there's production of water. Like for farming, hizo skills mlitoa wapi? Anajua wengi si wakulima hapa, mlipata wapi hizo skills? Labda kuna plan anaongea about that.
Sasa sikia sauti ya mtu mwingine hapa.
Captain.
Mujitokeze.
Ndo mkulima.
Hii ni club kubwa. Tuambie.
Okay.
Majina yako?
Kwa majina naitwa Yasin Bwire. Mimi ndo captain wa Gogo.
Just put it towards your mouth.
Mike karibie mdomo. Mdomo kabisa. Hapo sawa.
Mimi ndo captain wa Gogo vile nimetoka kusema. And
Ondong, you'll hold it for him. Yeah. Might be a bit easier if you hold it for him.
Okay, you're fine. We're fine, director. Yeah, super.
Okay. Mostly ile kitu mimi napenda about Gogo ni commitment ya maplayer na pia vile yani kwenye tumetoka na kwenye tuna focus kuenda na ile kitu pia tuna hope ku get. Yeah.
Wewe nimeuliza mambo ya ukulima.
Ukulima.
Nani aliwafundisha mambo ya ukulima? Mlijuaje kujua kwamba naweka this right amount of manure, nafaa kuweka hizi mbegu hapa? Who taught you all this? Kwa sababu najua hizi ni vitu ambazo lazima kuna mtu ambaye aliwafundisha, na who conceptualized it?
Okay. First knowledge kwenye tumepata. Okay, tukiwa chuo mostly, tukiwa high school kuna before tulikuwa tunafanya 11 subjects, unajua. Hapo kulikuwa na agriculture. So lazima uanzie hapo. And ndio ukuje uchague subjects zingine.
Okay.
Yeah. And pia watu wengine pia wenye support sana towards that ni officials pia, officials wa team. Kwa kitu baada ya mazoezi ama before tuende mazoezi walikuwa wanatuambia ni aje, tunaweza fanya hivi na hivi na hivi. So wanatu train first ndio unajua pia tusi mess up kwa shamba.
Good. Maybe a question back to the original person who was talking to us. Gogo, where did that name come from?
Gogo, the place that balisisi watu nakaa. Hapo kuna uzango wa miti.
Hapo base.
Base yetu. So inazo miti. So tukasema miti na Gogo ndio hiyo log. So tukasema sisi sio miti ndogo ndogo, sisi ni Gogo. The logs itself.
Mukiangalia mbele siku za usoni, napanga vipi na team, what are some of the zile goals kubwa yani mnasema if we can achieve this we'll have done something good for these boys, and also where are the girls?
Okay, girls kwa sababu kitu moja ambayo tuko nao ni kuna hao vijana ambao wako more than 18 to 25 years. Tuko na pia group ndogo pia tuna come up with, because tunaangalia mtu akipata direction akiwa mdogo then mind yake inakuwa towards hiyo. So kabla mtu aanze kufikiria mambo ya kuingia kwa drugs ama crime, tunataka kumpick, tumpatie skills za ball na nini na other skills ambazo tunafundishana, because apart from mambo ya agriculture pia tuko na story entrepreneurship kama kuuza maji. So pia wao tunataka tu partner na
mnauza maji, mnafanya ukulima, nini
kingine mnafanya? Na pia tunauza t-shirts. Kuna t-shirts kama yaliyovaa pale, kuna t-shirts za Gogo Boys.
Just a way to make income.
Yeah.
Dong, there's something I want to do and we haven't talked to the director, so I hope you'll be able to follow me on this, maybe on that. So they say they sell water.
Yes.
So we need to taste this water.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Imagine
so nipe ile safi.
Yote iko sawa. Yote iko sawa.
Dong, this is Gogo Boys Kibera water.
Yes.
I'm just about to take a sip on national TV.
Wataka kunywa tama la maji.
Tama la maji. Hapo hata siwezi jaribu. Wacha hata nisirudie. You know, I've had a bit of a cold, so actually this water will come in very handy right now. So this is to football, and this is a toast to football teams empowering themselves, because that's what we need, of course, providing employment.
Just give me a moment to do an actual
young
toast.
People as well.
Do an actual toast.
I know you don't see this on other TV shows, but that's why I seen you try to hashtag Monday Football. Na pia kama unataka imaji, send us those details. Lakini ndongi yako ni kubwa, my friend.
Maji ni uzima.
Cheers.
Cheers, there we go. Just let me open it.
Football. Ati mnaniambia nisinyongwe. Very tasty water there. made by these guys, distributed by these guys. This is how football teams are being unique. Let me now return to the script because I know we need to continue with other stories that we had, Bernard and
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And as far as football is concerned, of course, that what has irrigated my throat quite well now. I can be able now to say confidently that Chelsea beat Barcelona 4-2 on penalties after a 2-2 draw in normal time in Washington, D.C. The Blues scored their 4 penalties to snatch the victory in the International Champions Cup.
Another football news that made headlines across the board as Manchester City ended an indifferent pre-season campaign with a heavy defeat as they slipped to a 4-2 defeat to Stuttgart, with only a late flourish from Raheem Sterling rescuing some pride. Now, Manuel Pellegrini sent out a strong starting lineup featuring record signing Sterling with Yaya Toure, Sergio Aguero, and new recruit Fabian Delph, the only notable absentees.
Run from him and it's ended up in the back of the net. It's a great finish. Didavi, scorer of the second. Flicking the ball through. Lovely ball for Harnik. He's going to be free, and it is. And controlled at the back. City have been torn apart again here, and it's 4. Well, this is incredible. And that's a lovely touch from Raheem Sterling. Surely it's going to be the goal here, and it is from Iheanacho. As here is Raheem Sterling again, in that typical style of his, going direct, and it could be a second for Manchester City, and it is. It's Dzeko.
An all-star Major League Soccer team narrowly edged Tottenham Hotspur from the English Premier League by 2-1 in an entertaining clash that was played in the United States. Here are the highlights.
Here's ball looped in, falls for Dempsey, and there is a handball spot. It's a penalty for the MLS All-Stars. Just inside the left corner, Kaká off the chest. Kyle Walker defending him. Sardes had a number of options in there. It's Dempsey who leaves it across. Beltran's cross turned in by David Villa. It was Kaká who set it in front. It was Villa who finished it. 2 quick goals.
Fine margins of soccer. Should be 1-1. Big save by Raimondo. As the All-Stars go up the other side, Sardes finds Dempsey. Kaká cross shot. Villa.
From Matt Measler, Harry Kane picks it up. One-on-one running with Omar Gonzalez. Support coming from behind. Kane watches what it's south. And that is what he can do. And that is what he did so many times last season. Harry Kane, sensational.
Well, a slip by Measler, unlucky for MLS All-Stars. But Harry Kane gets on top of it. He has a look up. He knows where Raimondo is. And he just blasts it by.
Real Madrid also had a very busy week in the run-up to the start of the season. They edged AC Milan 10-9 on penalties following their 3-0 demolition of Inter Milan at the International Champions Cup. Here's a wrap-up of the week that was for Real Madrid.
Marcelo, Hesse, that was could be problems here for it. There's James Rodriguez, oh sensational, what a wonderful.
The big talking points this week: which players are heading where, who's leaving where, and who's not wanted at their club anymore. Let's take a look at the top 10 Transfer Watch highlights that took place this last week all the way up until this morning. We start with Manchester United, who say that they're not going to give up their pursuit of Real Madrid winger Gareth Bale. At 26, however, Real Madrid want £86 million. That's roughly 13.7 billion Kenya shillings. Is it worth it? to pay that money for that man? Well, we'll wait and see. Let's take a look at what else is happening in Transfer Watch over the last couple of days. And this man, Real Madrid are preparing for life without him. That's Karim Benzema. Where could he be headed to? Many are saying Arsenal. However, Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger says he is not aware of any talks with this man. I don't know how true that is. Is it all a game? We'll just have to wait and see who is fooling who. Let's take a look at other transfer news now. And this next one has been a particularly difficult one for Manchester United to let go of. But we are now told that Manchester United's David De Gea's move to Real could be soon on after Old Trafford manager Louis van Gaal said he wants to unlock negotiations allowing De Gea to move to Real Madrid. So Michael Keane and all the fans of Real Madrid, your wish might be coming sooner than you wanted it to. In other news, however, Arsenal have beaten Manchester United to sign Benfica goalkeeper. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. João Virginia. He's 15 years old, and reports in Portugal say he has now signed a 4-year deal with Arsenal after the Gunners agreed on terms for him to leave Benfica. He's so young we don't have his picture, but we'll get it for you soon. In other news, however, Barcelona forward Pedro is set for a move to England, according to the player's mother. Believe it or not, mothers also break transfer news. The 28-year-old has been touted for a move to Manchester United in recent weeks because PSG-bound Angel Di Maria is leaving soon and you need a replacement in that slot. And speaking of Di Maria, we know that he has gone to Qatar for a medical ahead of his proposed move to Paris Saint-Germain. So he posted a picture earlier today on Twitter showing him landing at the Qatar airport. So bye-bye Di Maria for Manchester United fans. And of course, if you're in PSG, he is joining you soon. Let's take a look at 2 or 3 more of those even as we wrap up. This man here, Real Madrid, have joined Arsenal in the race to sign him, William Carvalho. He's injured, but that doesn't seem to affect their enthusiasm for pursuing him. So wait and see how that particular chase goes on. Hopefully we'll have a confirmation during our next transfer watch. Moving on now to Saido Barahino, and Manchester City want him and they want to upstage their rivals to get him for a fee of about £25 million. That's 4 billion Kenya shillings. I say these things so much, it's like I have that much money, but they want him for 4 billion Kenya shillings. And also another player that Chelsea and Manchester United are interested in is this one, Everton's John Stones. This one has been particularly difficult to get because Everton don't want to let him go unless they get the right price. However, Chelsea and United are said to be very hot on the heels for him. And finally, on a very controversial note, this one I send a shout out to John Kianda, Abdi Osman and all fans of Arsenal. Former Manchester United captain Roy Keane says that Arsenal players are more interested in selfies and six-packs than in winning Premier League titles. What is your take on that? Let us know. This man, don't blame me. I'm just saying it as it is. He said that over the weekend. Do you agree or disagree? Thank you for that. That was your transfer watch. We'll have more of that next week. But I
don't know, is there an Arsenal fan here? What do you have to say as far as Roy Keane's comments? Nyinyi ni watu tu wa ma-selfie na ma-six-pack.
Ongea na Mike tusikie sauti kidogo.
Since wakati wake akichezea Man U, hata alikuwa anaanza fight kwa changing room.
Yes.
Hapendi Arsenal. Obvious atakiri tu kitu ku provoke nani Wenger.
Lakini wakati alitoa hizo comments, there was a picture of Arsenal fans on a way to some country in a plane. Na ni ukweli kila mtu ni hapo ma six pack, selfie stick, you know, so the picture actually confirmed.
Yeah, wanajibamba, they are having fun, Unaona?
Wanajibamba. Sasa nataka kuwabamba saa hii. Najua DJ Crossfit akicheza hii tune, nataka niwabambe. Unajua ni tune gani? Money.
Oliocha anajua.
Nini?
Just a moment, hold on. Now basically what is that means, this particular tune, this soundtrack, it means that ni wakati wa quick fire. So basically nitauliza maswali kadhaa, ule anapata correct, anapata pesa taslim. Niko na pesa hapa 8,000 Kenya shillings, and basically we're going to ask you several questions. If you do not know the response to that particular question, sema pass. Sawa? Utasemaje?
Pass.
Utasema pass. Umeshikilia mic unafikiri wewe ndio umechaguliwa.
Alikuwa shajibamba.
So in just a moment my director will be telling me, because once you are entering to the building, to the Royal Media Services premises, we had a face recognition system, and yes, which gentleman? This gentleman right here in the middle. The one who's smiling right now. Will you be smiling at the end of my questions? Come to the front here, sir. What's your name, sir?
My name is Mubarak Abdurrahim.
Mubarak.
Yeah.
Mubarak. Sasa nimekuexplainia how this particular segment works. Nitakuuliza maswali kadhaa. Unafaa kuzijibu. Kama huwezi kujibu hilo swali, utasema pass. Sawa? Usiseme sorry. Sawa? Just tell us about yourself kwanza. Which position do you play? Umekuwa kwa Gogo FC miaka ngapi?
Mimi naitwa Mubarak Abdurrahim.
Ongea na nguvu kabisa. Ukiwa kwa pitch najua ukiambia mwenzako akupasie ball, ongeangi hivyo kwa sauti ya chini, si ndio?
Kweli. Naitwa Mubarak Abdurrahim.
Yes, Mubarak.
Nacheza defensive midfielder. Na nimekuwa Gogo since 12th edition.
Since 12th edition. Hiyo ni miaka ngapi hivi?
Ramadan Cup last season tuseme.
Last season.
Yeah.
So you're one of the new players.
Yeah.
Uko sawa?
Yeah, kabisa.
Safi, najua kama umekuwa ukifuata hii kipindi, you've been following some of the things that we've been talking about here. Some of the answers were there. So labda ulikuwa umezubaa kidogo hapo ukiangalia studio yetu. Bahati yako mbaya. Sawa sawa? Are you ready? So if my director can tell me, we'll begin quick fire in 3, 2, 1. Which stadium was the Community Shield played?
Pass.
What was the full-time score in Ulinzi Stars versus Nakuru All Stars?
3-2.
How many times has Arsenal won the Community Shield?
Pass.
Who scored for KCB in KCB versus Thika?
Pass.
Which team did Didier Drogba move to?
Pass.
Who did Gor Mahia beat to go through to the Sekafa finals?
Pass.
Who are the current Community Shield title holders?
Arsenal.
How many goals has Jesse Were scored this season?
19.
What is the capacity of Old Trafford?
84,000.
What was the halftime score in Gor versus Azam?
1-0.
Who scored for Arsenal in Arsenal versus Chelsea?
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
How many points does Ulinzi currently have?
Pass.
Who is playing the first EPL match next week? Which two teams?
Tottenham, Manchester United.
Who scored for Mathare in Mathare versus Tusker? Time is up. And not a bad effort. In the beginning there ulikuwa umepanic kidogo. You've managed to respond correctly to 6 questions. You've missed out on just 2. Kama ungepata 2 correctly, perhaps unajua unafikiri labda siku na kuonesha pesa iko hapa. Sifikiri nilikuwa nawaambia matindatuma na maybe money transfer, lakini ndio hii hapa pesa 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 Kenya shillings. Pesa taslim. What that means is that unfortunately umeshindwa kupata hizo swali zangu. Kwa hivyo inamaanisha next week this money increases by another 2,000, so it means it's going to be 10,000 Kenya shillings. Waiga Mwaura, 10,000 Kenya shillings is what people will be battling it out for as far as quick fire is concerned. Wahiga.
Thank you so much, Ndong. I know Sami Sholei had a parting word to give the team, so I hope we'll just give him that one slot, Pona Director, in just a bit. For me, it's a quick one here. I have nothing much to do. All I have to do is to confirm who's hot, who's not, who's coming next week, and who's not as well. Amanda, give us the breakdown.
There have been 4 games. So first it was 3-1, 2-1, 3-1 again. And at some point, actually, the tables turned and he won 3-2. But I think after that, he decided that he could not be won again and has actually beat him now.
Patrick?
Yes.
Okay.
5-0.
Whoa, Patrick is beating...
Yes.
Moses
5-0 right now.
Whoa.
So I think overall he's the winner. He's won more games than he has.
Okay.
And you know, at some point he was actually complaining, saying it was so bright, that screen is so bright, there's too much light. But you know what it was?
Tell me.
He was actually seeing like the evident bright future he had here today.
That's a cliche. Oh, boo. No, we don't agree with that. Quick word from the two. We just want to hear their voice real quick. Don't worry, you can pause the game if you'd like. One word, very quickly, just to sum up today's experience for you.
The experience was good. I think Moses is a very worthy opponent.
Hey, those are a few words indeed. All right, Moses?
I can also say that the experience was also good, and Patrick is a good gamer.
All right, so Moses, we will not see you next week, unfortunately, but Patrick, you'll be back on. We'll get you a new competitor. I hope we'll be able to see you beating them as well, because Amanda began with talking tough words here when we first kicked off the show, and now she's a referee because she was whooped enough times. So we'll keep talking about that.
Really?
I know it's time to wind up the show now.
She's the 4th official.
She's the 4th official, yeah, that's right.
I don't know if Bonashole can play the Xbox game there.
You know, these games actually just came the other day.
Yes.
We are those guys who played Juala football.
Juala football.
So.
But this is Juala with pads.
Yeah,
and a
if I start playing right now,
yes,
then I'll have problems with my small kids at home.
Absolutely. You've been inspired by Gogo FC, and you maybe wanted to touch on something
Very
about
much,
this particular club. Yes.
Yeah, what I want to tell them is that I'm so proud of you guys. Mazee mmenidu proud sana. And I think it's a reverse of what we usually hear,
yes,
that you have to learn from the elders. But I think this time around, our two community teams,
yes,
should basically learn from these small
okay,
guys. You have done me so proud. And let's see what we can do together. There's a lot that we can do together. Sometimes we run away from people because people want to be bought for footballs,
yes,
but they themselves do not want to use their money to buy footballs.
Yes.
But you see, people like Gogo, if they come to you and they ask for assistance, it becomes very easy.
Yes.
So, sponsors wanaangalia pia umefanya nini na pesa yako. You have done us so great. FC Leopards, Gor Mahia, angalieni Gogo vile wanafanya.
So Bwana Shulei,
yes,
umesema unataka kuwa involved now, na niko sure Bwana Secretary General hapo is interested to find out, anataka ukue finite, yani umpatie direction, mwelekeo vizuri, mwambie what exactly are we looking at? Are we looking at financial support? Are we looking at moral support? Or is it a wholesome approach? What are we looking at? Anataka kujua.
I think you have to be very careful because sometimes when you are on TV, yes, you can pledge that naenda kununua shamba alafu kisha toka hapo nje oh my God.
Okay.
What we can do is basically to sit down with them. Maybe they do not need financial assistance, maybe ideas and all that. But mali ko pesa yake official akitoa yake 5, mimi nitoe 2 ama nitoe 10, then I think that's the way to go.
Absolutely. I think that's what the Secretary General had interested in talking about, partnerships.
Actually, that is what as a team we want. We want
yes,
partnership. Hataki donation. Hataki mtu anatupatia samaki, tufundishe kuenda baharini, pia kufish. So mtu akitupatia idea na tusaidie kwa njia moja ama nyingine, then hiyo ndio tunataka, because tunataka to change watu. Mtu akienda hata asipokuwa kwa Gogo, labda alifundishwa agriculture ama alifundishwa entrepreneurship, then hata akikuwa achezi ball, because ball after maybe 35 years inaisha, but after that what next? Maybe ile skill ulikuwa nayo utashughulika nayo.
Final question, sukuma zenyu mnauza pesa ngapi?
Sukuma zetu tunaziuza kobole 10 bob hivyo kwa watu mtatu.
Na watu wakitaka kununua hizi vitu zenu or just to contribute, what email or website can they reach you on?
Yeah, tuko na website yetu tunaicreate inaitwa www.gogoboysfc.com. Tuko nao tunaicreate, but also tuko on Facebook Gogo Boys FC.
Yes.
On Twitter pia tuko at Gogo Boys FC.
I think our cameraman can just zoom in on, just repeat it again. That's www.gogoboys.
Yeah, hapo kuna hiyo bana iko hapo, iko ziko hapo. So hiyo ni logo yetu ya home branch. We also registering 5,000. Tunataka kuanza na 5,000 fan base ambao watakuwa na support as a team.
Yes.
Pale tu mtaani. Sisi tunasema change inaanza na sisi.
Change inaanza
na sisi. Ndio mtu nje akikuja, yetu ni kuingia tu kwa
siku za serikali isaidie.
Sisi ndio tunataka tusaidie serikali.
Ndio mmefaa kusaidia serikali.
Hii Kenya sasa hii, it's not about what the country is doing for you.
Yes.
Ni what are you doing for the country. Hata kama ni kidogo,
makofi kwa hiyo statement.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Yeah.
Nafikiri tutafanya kazi pamoja. Finally, I would really want to reveal something. Ali B, you know Ali B, the musician.
Yes.
He's a very good friend of mine. I've just received a text from him. One of his sons actually plays for Gogo.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. You can imagine the father is a very renowned musician.
Yes.
And nafikiri
number 10 Ali Rehan.
Okay.
Jana Ali B.
Okay.
So thanks guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good.
Well, Dong, on that note, I think it's time now for us to wrap up. Thanks to all who are watching, talking to us. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Maze ni homa. Let me go home and get some rest, and hopefully next week my voice will be better. Dong?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Monday Football, the show continues next week. See you then. But before we go, I do understand that Gogo FC, each time that they score, each time that they win a cup, they have a very interesting way of celebrating that particular goal. And we leave the show on that note as Gogo FC shows us how they celebrate when they win.
Zimtuonyeshe.
Kimbia, woga wa manoti noti.
Falcon Basmati rice is healthy, savory and tasty. Try it today. When it's the premium Falcon Basmati rice, then everything else can wait. Falcon Basmati. Uspike mchele, pika Falcon.
Kama kuna sida wowote, plus me. I'll call you. Okay. 2 rules.
Tropical, the long-lasting quality fragrance. Tropical, the natural choice.
Akasha makes a decision that could change her life forever. La Malquerida. Clara gets framed in order to split marks from Maria Dolores. I don't trust men in...
Come to a Crown showroom today and design your dream home. Interiors, exteriors, SFX finishes, kitchens and flooring. If you like it, crown it.